Good evening and welcome to the Life Church Prayer. Here we are once again.
Yep.
We didn't necessarily think we were going to be back doing this kind of thing, but
no.
Here we are doing this tonight because...
It's Jack and Isa in your living room.
I was going to say little and large.
I was going to say Fran and Anna.
I was just wondering who was little and who was large. Okay, right.
Cannon and ball.
Do you want to keep this going?
Not really.
You can make your suggestions.
No, please don't.
But obviously we're doing this tonight because there's work taking place in the church building just now, and the guys got there yesterday to begin the work. Hopefully it's going to go smoothly over the next few weeks, and just pray that things will go well as far as that's concerned after the damage that was done by the burst pipe. So finally the work's getting done.
Yep.
So, right, we keep praying.
Yep.
That all's going to go well. But it's good that we can still do something. And we had to rely on methods like this during the time of the pandemic. So for a very, very short period of time, we can do it again. And we hope that as many as you possible can join with us tonight in worship and prayer. Yeah. Our focus tonight is going to be on what's been happening around the world in terms of people feeling a sense of God's presence, which began in Asbury. Janice, can you...
Yeah, at the beginning of last month, a group of college students went to the hall where they have prayer meetings that are actually compulsory for the students. And they shared together, but a strange thing happened at the end of the prayer meeting. Some of the students just didn't leave. They kept on worshipping and they kept on praying. And that turned into a prayer meeting that lasted something like 10 days straight, day and night, where those who gathered there felt a wonderful presence of God. And of course, that began to be shared on social media, not by fancy filming that they did or anything, but just by friend informing friend of what was going on, to the point that this very small university town ended up having something between 50 and 70,000 visitors, queues that were nearly a mile long, I think, outside, literally, as people wanted to come in and catch something of what God was doing. It reached the point, I think, the town was actually going to be overwhelmed by what was going on. And so they kind of wound it up a bit at that point, but not before it had spread to some other college campuses, where other students began to feel that extra special touch of the presence of God as they prayed together, as they repented together, as they worshipped together. And so that just got me thinking, are we ready to wait on God for something like that, for an increased sense of God's presence? Because we really need the power of his presence in these days to feel his touch upon our lives. So that's really what our focus is going to be about tonight.
Okay. I don't know about you, but I've always been hungry just for the presence of the Lord, just to be overwhelmed by a sense of Jesus just being in the room, in a sense, the tangible presence of the Lord, and not in a way that you whip it up and manufacture it as if we possibly could, but just simply because God decides to turn up in a significant way, in a way that we don't usually experience. God turning up, and wouldn't it be wonderful if we could have God just breaking out and a bit of revival and awakening in our own land here in Scotland? And well, I'm up for it beginning here in Irvine. I don't know about you, but I certainly am. But we're certainly going to pray that we're going to experience God's presence with us, and that God's presence is going to spread around the world. I know that there are people who are questioning where the world is at the moment. I know there are people describing the world as being in chaos, the world being in a mess. Well, if that's the case, we know who can do something about that. So hopefully we will be contributing tonight to changing the atmosphere that's all around us just now. So hope the Lord's going to bless you and be with you and help you and strengthen you, and just pray that we're going to have a real sense of his presence as we do this together. May God bless you and be with you each one.